question? All those in favor? See your hands, thank you.
How do we deal with the fact that Christine mentioned if we wanted a business plan, we need to somehow direct the committee that.
You'll have the terms of reference, draft terms of reference in front of you.
That's what
council
you're
can
talking
make
about.
one word
Yeah, but
regarding that.
We'll deal with those later.
Next is before the committee leaves, we have Councilor Lucas thanking the Community Center Action Committee for their work.
Are there gifts involved?
No, but I think it's a group hug.
Stay tuned. I'd just like to say that it has been my privilege to be the council liaison to this incredibly dedicated group of people. Ann Ramsey, Tina Nielsen, Kevin Manning, Sarah Haxby, Paul Hoosen, the committee chair, Jerry Ulrich, who took over from temporarily when CEO Hendrik Slegenhorst resigned from that position. And she then rose to the challenge of balancing her busy career and her civic duty, and what a heck of a job she's done. Consultant Florida Lee, who worked in concert with our staff dynamo, Christine Walker, to provide estimates, reports, and statistical information that was invaluable to the process. This committee had 2.5 years to complete their terms of reference, which included, among other things, developing 4 major components of the process. Those components being the concept and potential costing, the business case, potential governance models, and a fundraising strategy. And all of this has been done, and a lot of it over the past 1.5 years has been done by bi-monthly meetings and so forth, which are anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. Well done. Basically, this work that's been completed and so forth will be an extremely valuable resource for informing the next committee's work that council still has to appoint. Now that their work has been completed, I would hope that council will respect this work by being steadfast in its efforts to move forward to the next step in the process. Short and sweet.
I'd like to second that motion.
So
are you finished?
I would just propose basically that council thank the members of the Bowen Community Center Action Committee for all their hard work and effort that they have contributed to the Community Center project over the past 2.5 years.
I'll second that with the proviso that the names be inserted into the resolution.
Sorry, I'm seconding.
But I still think the name should be in the resolution so that in future that's there for the public record.
So based on that change.
Any further comments? I'm sure there are.
I can get a talk in the first round. The public consultation over the summer, the 3 hits, that's going to really help sell it to the public, and I'm glad that you put that in.
Ready for the question? Question, all those in favor of the recommendation? Unanimous? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Our next item of business is Councillor Rhodes regarding rescinding of Resolution 12071 from the April 10th, 2009 Special Council meeting.
Well, it was brought to our attention by a member of the public that we had a procedural error in terms of putting that resolution forward and passing it. So what we'd like to do at this meeting is rescind that resolution. And I'll just read the recommendation. Be it resolved that Council rescind Resolution 12071 from the April 10, 2012 Special Council meeting, allowing E Backhoe to continue operating the grinder at their location during the hours of 10 a.m. through 2 p.m., Tuesday through Thursday only until June 30th, 2012.
Sorry, Councillor Stone?
Councillor Stone?
I just need you to declare what your conflict of interest is.
I'm declaring a conflict of interest because I received some claim
And same for you.
I need the reason for why you're declaring a conflict.
Well,
operation of our water system.
Okay.
Can you declare the meeting, or the reason?
Well, let's just go forward.
I was reminded by a member of the public, I need to ask council members why they're declaring a conflict of interest.
We have business relationships.
It's a business. Okay, thank you.
Do I have to start
Sorry.
at the beginning? No.
No, you can start in the middle.
And that regulations under Bowen Island Municipality's land use bylaw regarding the transport and processing of wood waste and land clearing debris be held in abeyance until June 30th, 2012. And that's the resolution that was made and is being rescinded. And that this issue be referred to staff for review and recommendation to council, including options for temporary measures to keep wood waste from building up during the dry summer months.
Could I suggest we also add that it be referred to SWARMAC, the Solid Waste Committee? I think they're already dealing with the issue.
Sure.
To staff and for
Now, is it appropriate to also ask that every effort be made to process the two
Yes.
rezonings?
I've spoken to our consultant planners, and they are fast these two applications. As well, I just wanted to add that although I do agree there's a process issue with this, I did get a phone call and follow-up message from Metro Vancouver, who we put in a bind by doing this. And it's a learning curve for me, as I said to Councillor Rhodes, as to advising staff on these issues. So we have made Metro Vancouver breathe easier by proposing this resolution.
I have a question.
How-
You use
How
wood,
does that affect?
Because we're
Yeah, it should be
including them.
wood waste in the original motion, and you only talking about wood waste from building up. In the,
Wood waste and land clearing debris
okay.
from building up during the dry summer months.
How does that affect the present situation? Or is everything at a halt?
I would direct that question to either to.
Well,
No, is it
have we
what
got a
we're
motion
doing?
on the floor?
What we're doing? That's
It's
my
been
question.
Well, it
Nobody
stops.
seconded it.
Nobody seconded.
I'll second the motion.
All the work that is currently, that's been proceeding on a temporary basis.
So is this a good idea?
Well, we have no choice, I think is the problem. What we've done is procedurally incorrect, and Metro Vancouver isn't pleased with it either. So we have no choice but to rescind this and as quickly as possible try to find some way, either for an interim solution or to get to rezone through the
As I said, I
process.
disagree with procedurally correct, but we have, more importantly to me, is that we have put Metro Vancouver in a very difficult position by passing that resolution on April 10th.
So whatever solution SWRMAC and this council comes up with has to be in accordance with and in agreement with the Metro Vancouver
Vancouver's
guidelines.
You know, although this is not the time to do this maybe, but I have a real problem with that because we're probably the only rural municipality that's affected by the air pollution and various other sound pollutions that's affected by the city, in the city, right? Or in any of the surrounding municipalities. But here, it's a different story. And you know, that's the dichotomy of how do we deal with, you know, being a member of Metro Vancouver and being a member of Islands Trust and being our own municipality. I mean, it's a problem.
Well,
And that's not a
provincially,
dichotomy.
the province has mandated the responsibility for air quality to Metro Vancouver.
No, I
And I'm-
understand
I'm-
that. I understand.
And Maple Ridge is part of Metro Vancouver, and they can, and Pitt Meadows, and they're
But
rural as well.
weather goes from here to there. That's
Yeah.
why they're on our case. You
Yeah.
know, it's just, anyway, I think it doesn't solve the problem for the people on this island. And in fact, we're sort of regressing. And will rezoning help us? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not exactly clear on what the Metro Vancouver's.
They have a bylaw, they have their own bylaw in place, and they're the ones that actually deal with the,
Mandated by the province to do it.
So
well, they have their own bylaw, but they're the ones who actually approve the grinder, not us. And that's the bottom line with that.
The use is the,
Has a grinder been approved, Ed?
Well, it's in the process.
It's in the process.
By effectively having passed that resolution, we have,
Usurped their power.
yeah,
There is so much
we
into
took
power.
on
It's just-
authority we didn't have.
yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, well, anyway, we sort of have to, I guess we're bound by bigger forces.
As I said, the planning consultants are already aware of this resolution. I flagged it for them. And our solid waste committee, I need to call them SWORE back, they have been meeting weekly. Councillor Lucas, are you on that committee as well, is that correct?
I'm the alternate.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm keeping an arm's length.
Yeah, but they have been very much involved with this as well, from what I
Yes,
understand.
and it is first
A
and
priority
foremost
for
on their
them.
work plan.
Yes, that's correct.
Mhm.
So, I guess we'll have to call a question.
Do we have a second?
Yes, we do,
Yes,
Councillor Morris.
Councillor. All those in
With the
favor?
change. Have we any idea when the rezoning applications will be coming forward?
Twin Islands, I should have a report from our planning consultant by early next week. So it'll be on our next council agenda.
So they're not coming from.
Currently, Twin Islands was submitted first, and so they're ahead in the process. But those are their two priorities.
And if either the people that do these, or anybody that does these things, if somebody were to apply for a temporary use permit, all that would do is allow the activity to happen, but Metro would still have to approve it happening.
That's correct. That's correct. And you know, TUP processes can be a long process as well. It's not a short, just passing a council resolution to do it.
Okay, thank you. Can we call,
We're now up to myself,
Purple page now?
no, we're still on the yellow.
and we're dealing with the Greenways committee next.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes. What I would suggest, if we're having a special meeting on Thursday, are you able to tentatively defer your APC item to
Sure.
Thursday? That would save some time. And Councillor Stone, would it be appropriate to defer your item to
Oh,
Thursday
completely, yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
So I want to. Right, yeah. So I would suggest, I think our last item of business then would be myself regarding the Greenways Committee. And I have a report regarding the repeal of the Greenways Advisory Committee. And then a recommendation for the terms of reference for the new committee. Both of you have been declaring a conflict, so I would suggest you remain.
Do they just declare a conflict for the new committee terms of reference, or just
No,
the repeal?
no, and I would just, that's good advice, I would just declare a conflict for the repeal of the Greenways Advisory Committee, and I think the reasoning you were using was a perceived conflict of interest. But for the terms of reference for the new committee, I would be very comfortable if you came back for the vote of that.
Certainly.
But I need you to state your conflict of interest yourself.
We should not have walked on.
Well, no, you should have come back.
Well, there's
so
two
you
different
can-
conflicts. You have
Yes,
to declare.
yes. Sorry, I hate to be process driven here. So I just need you to declare your conflict of interest for the, why you're not voting on the.
Probably perceived conflict
Yes.
of interest in relation to Seymour Lake
Yeah.
Park.
Thank you,
Same applies.
Same here.
thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think I need to go through my whole report. It's pretty slim and self-evident, but at the April 10, 2012 council meeting, council directed staff to prepare a repeal bylaw for the Greenways Advisory Committee and directed staff to bring forward at the same time terms of reference for a Parks, Trail, and Greenways Select Advisory Committee. Therefore, the first recommendation is that bylaw 325, 2012, cited as Bowen Island Municipality Greenways Advisory Committee, repeal bylaw number 325, 2012, be read a first, second, and third time.
Do you want me to do it for you?
I'm good now.
Yeah, okay.
And that is the recommendation I'm proposing to council.
So, second. Is there a seconder for the motion?
I thought, oh, sorry, I thought you said second. I'll
Oh.
second.
Okay. So there, so the recommendation
That's the repeal bylaw.
for the repeal bylaw is ahead of the recommendation for
Which
a new committee. The purple,
Page 80 of your.
Of the late
the
items?
late
Yeah,
items.
it's in the purple.
I want to be on this.
So once we've dealt with the repeal, then we'll deal with the motion.
With the motion to reestablish, or to establish.
Okay, well, that should be really made clear to the people and to the public, because we understand that, so we should.
Understand what, sorry?
That there is going to be a repeal and then moving into immediately into.
Well, that's what it's
Yeah.
right on the,
That's what
Okay.
it said.
it's on the agenda.
Part of the problem is the late items agenda did not get posted to the website until this morning.
Okay.
So the general.
Well, let's make it clear that it's actually a two-part motion. One is to repeal the Bowen Islands Municipality Greenways Advisory Committee, bylaw 325. And then, once we've dealt with that, we will be dealing with a new committee, which will be a select committee to provide advice to council on parks, trails, and greenways and outdoor recreation opportunities. So that one committee, the select committee, will take over from the advisory committee set up by law in 2008.
But that's not, that where the
You've got to go to page 81.
No, you have to go to the purple.
The purple agenda, Eastern color.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Now you tell us.
I'd just like to reiterate that this is really a restructuring of the committee's work. And although I'm not going to be nearly as eloquent as Councillor Lucas was with the Community Centre Committee, because I haven't had a lot of contact with Greenways, and I want to thank the members of the
Tim,
committee.
can we do that after we've done
You wanna do it after?
Yeah, so when Darren and
Yeah.
Wolfgang are back? Is
Yeah.
that-
Oh, sure. Yeah, I think that's the appropriate time to do it. Any other comments?
Well, just relating to the letter from Bob Turner and so forth, and you did address that, but you did talk about the fact that you were possibly going to have a staff report
We will have a staff report on our next council agenda.
back to address that specifically.
Yeah, and having met with the
Staff
manager
member and so
of
forth.
engineering, I'm confident that all proper process has been followed. I think what has to be remembered with any subdivision and with doing any thing of this nature with the municipal park, it's phased development. And as I said, I have met with both our manager of engineering and the developer, and the manager of engineering will be meeting with the consultants within the next week to finalize various details. So a report coming forward on May 14th would dovetail after he has had that meeting to finalize the details.
I want to say that I also walked down there yesterday to see what it was that was the issue, if there was an issue. And it's an ongoing development. It's a phased development, and you don't build a park before you finish building the infrastructure for the development. And it's being approved by all sorts of consultants. Tim?
Well, and I think the point is that there is no connection
There is none.
between
No.
this resolution
No.
and the issues there.
No.
Whatever they might
And,
be.
and to clarify what Councillor Rose is saying, we'll be bringing forward all of our establishment bylaws, except the APC, which is due to the fact the local government legislation where it cannot be a select committee. But for example, BIMFAC's going to be brought forward, the ADP, the Advisory Design Panel establishment bylaws, and we'll be turning them into select committees. So their bylaws in due course will also be repealed and brought with the same kind of format with terms of reference to a select committee to be brought forward in each case.
Yeah, and that's one thing I do want to make clear is that it has nothing to do with any comments made by people on this island that we're dealing with the Seymour Bay development. It has nothing to do with that. This was planned beforehand, before this became an issue. So, anything further? All those question? All those in favor? Thank you.
I could sing for you while we're waiting, but I don't think you'll let that even if I have the best voice.
Actually,
Well, don't do that.
did we get it there?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes. No, in the terms of reference. Our next resolution, I did circulate the terms of reference for comment in advance, but there are, Councillor Morris is just noting a typo. A typo we can fix after the terms of reference have been adopted. My recommendation regarding the terms of reference is as whereas council wishes to establish a select committee to provide advice to council on parks, trails, and greenways and outdoor recreation opportunities. Therefore, be it resolved that council establish a select committee called the Parks, Trails, and Greenways Advisory Committee, and that council approve the terms of reference for the Parks, Trails, and Greenways Select Advisory Committee, there, as attached to the report from the interim CAO dated April 20th, 2012, and that staff be directed to advertise for members for the Parks, Trails, and Greenways Select Advisory Committee, and that staff be directed to write to the existing Greenways Advisory Committee members to thank them for their work and to advise them of the advertisement for members for the Select Advisory Committee should they wish to apply.
I'll make that motion.
Seconder? Tim? Any discussion? This is good. No discussion. Okay, all those in favor? Unanimous, thank you.
So now I would like to thank the committee, current committee. There's a couple of members here, Sue Ellen Fast and Kathy Buchanan, David Van Berkel, Josephine Riley, Andre Shalat, Alan Whitehead, John Riley, Sean Strickland, and Zoe Thorbertson. I think many of them, if not all of them, have been on the committee for the duration, since for 4 years, and have done an impressive amount of work. I was at their last meeting on Thursday. A long list of accomplishments and tasks that includes the creation of parks and trails and extending the Trans-Island Pathway, proofing maps, reviewing rezoning applications, assisting staff, and creating standards for trails. They have a proposed work plan for 2012 that includes an update of the parks plan, inventory and mapping, replanting for Seymour Park, a review of the Trans-Island Pathway, trail signs, an ambitious list that covers 2 pages of type page. And I do want, on behalf of council, to express our thanks to the Greenways Committee and each of its members for the important work and the lasting legacy it has given the community. And it's council's sincere hope that individual members of Greenways will bring their experience and expertise to the Parks, Trails, and Greenways Select Committee. And thank you.
Thank you. Anything?
So is that a formal motion?
That's
Sure. Are we gonna do it?
Well, similar
Yeah, I'll
to
do a
the
motion.
other one?
I would like to make it a motion.
Sure.
Thank you, members.
I got it.
So moved, second.
I'll give
it.
it.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you.
I think the other items of business we were discussing will be deferred to our special council meeting on Thursday at 1 p.m.
now.
So Mayor, can I adjourn?
Yeah.
I think I'll adjourn.
I just
So
wanted to
this-
suggest that maybe the first task of the Parks, Trails, and Greenways would be to review these task policies and that brings forward a report and a recommendation to council about what they see us maybe trying to accomplish in the next few years.
I think maybe
We could do that by resolution when we bring forward the applications. Maybe we could work on that together.
let's just.
We have to bring back the application back for
We're going to deal with that first thing on Thursday.
But I asked my email on Friday. Maybe it's going to do another stuff. Okay, so do you know if we got any more applications for the housing separation? Did you
We
get
received one today from Robin Berger. She advised she might be a bit late because,
Well, the way we worded it,
Well,
it's
the,
not a definite.
okay, that's what we're gonna have to go
Yeah,
with.
yeah. So that
So
we received
she-
two altogether.
That was.
I think there was two already plus this one, I think.
Small victories.
I don't think so. We got two really good ones.
Suzanne?
That
Suzanne?
he was one of them. I'll double check.
You don't want to. Or is it that day? Maybe Wednesday? Yeah.
So again, our meeting on Thursday is going to be more than half an hour.
No.
Well, we just deferred.
Why?
We have,
Is there a lot of discussion on it?
No, not really.
About items.
the bylaw should take 2 minutes to adopt the financial bylaws. You'll PowerPoint presentation.
Will you make it till Thursday? No.
Gonna go home and have a scotch toddy.
No. Rum and orange juice.
Ooh, I like rum.
Rum is so good for you, trust me. We got other,
Yes,
we got other things
you don't need to vote
we can feed
for
you.
adjournment.
Let's